Colonel Chris Moss, commander there, said missile launches are essential to verify the status of our national nuclear force. I don't know about you, but I don't like everybody talking about nukes. Nukes, missiles flying. What happens if a nuke hits New York? That's the Operation Gotham Shield. I did a video on that. By the way, if you go to my website, darrellawson.com, you can check out my 1,511 videos. Seriously, on my YouTube channel. And I have nearly 300 extra videos on Facebook Live that I do every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Yeah. darrellawson.com. All right, I'll get to that Operation Gotham Shield here in a moment. I did do a video on that a few days ago. But we need it essential to verify the status of our national nuclear force and demonstrate our national nuclear capabilities. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being prepared. But I'm wondering if this is a provocation, if they're trying to stir something up. The U.S. government has been run by the Vatican for 146 years. You know that, since 1871. Until Trump wasn't part of the establishment. Oh yeah, he's a businessman, part of New York and the jet set, lifestyle. But to be part of the secret societies, Trump is not. All right, that makes him different. The Vatican has a harder time controlling Trump than the past presidents because they're a part of secret societies. Blah blah blah. Okay. The Nuclear Age Peace Foundation, a nonpartisan organization, criticized the timing of the launch, citing heightened tension between the U.S. and North Korea. Like I said, if you go back and watch Red Dawn, 2012 movie, it's like watching the news. It's almost like the same Hollywood script, the same Vatican script. There's no advantage for the New World Order when the world lives in peace. They don't like peace. They don't like prosperity. They don't like your sovereign rights. They don't know. They don't want countries to guide themselves, run themselves. They want war. They want poverty. They want earthquakes. They want to disarm everybody. Oh, yeah, that's easier to control the people. They criticized the time of the launch, citing heightened tension between the U.S. and North Korea. In recent weeks, North Korea has stepped up its testing of ballistic missiles. And they were warned not to test nukes. Last time I checked, who invaded Iraq? It wasn't North Korea. Who invaded Libya? Wasn't North Korea. Who invaded Syria? Who invades anywhere? Last time I checked, it wasn't North Korea. Oh, surprise, surprise, Bob. When it comes to missile testing, the U.S. is operating with a clear double standard, the article says. It views its own tests as justified and useful, while it views the tests of North Korea as threatening and destabilizing. That's a great point. What makes North Korea worse than the Pope? What makes North Korea worse than Obama? What makes North Korea worse than the Clintons or the Bushes? What is needed is diplomacy rather than military provocation. Exactly. Threats, whether in the form of tweets, nuclear-capable aircraft carrier groups, or nuclear-capable missile launches, only increase the dangers to us all. And listen, the communist country China is telling the U.S. to cool it. Relax. I read some articles today that China may be cutting off energy supplies to North Korea, trying to cool down the situation. But isn't the U.S. supposed to cool down things? Why is China having the clear, cooler head on this? You'd figure a communist country would want to be, going ballistic, pun intended. Why is it China and Russia calling Trump and the U.S. and saying, hey, cool your jets? Again, pun intended, yeah. What is needed is diplomacy rather than military provocations. Well, duh! Threats, whether in the form of tweets, nuclear aircraft carriers going there, missiles being launched, increase the dangers to us all. Yeah. Now, it's a little more complicated than just a crazy dictator. It's a puppet regime that's being controlled by the Vatican and the New World Order. They're trying to cause World War III. Now, China and Russia haven't taken the bait, which the New World Order is upset about. The Vatican is upset. So they're still going to try to cause Plan B, Plan C, Plan D, trying to use North Korea. This is what's happening right now, yeah. Tuesday, the U.S. 7th Fleet said it was conducting maritime exercises with naval ships from South Korea and Japan. This sounds like Saddam Hussein. You know, Iraq is in shambles. Libya is in shambles. If Iraq and Libya would have been left alone, the world still would have been a better place, and those countries. Crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It really is crazy. Vandenberg test tomorrow will be the second missile launch from the base this year. The other launch was conducted by Strike Command's team from the 91st Missile Wing at Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota in February. This was equipped with a non-explosive payload. The missile was launched at the base just north of Lompoc and traveled 4,200 miles to a test range in the Marshall Islands. Yeah. 3 Minuteman 3 missiles were launched in 2016, last year. Nothing wrong with being prepared, but you got to think about the timing of this. This is very, very unusual. Then you couple this with the video I did last week called Operation Gotham Shield, April 2017 in the U.S. This is where this big drill is going on yesterday, today, tomorrow. And not only that, but I found there was also a connection. Let me read both of them. Not all the article, but here's from Intel Hub. This is the Operation Gotham Shield. It's in the New York area. The government is running drills of a nuclear possible drills for a nuclear explosion. They're dubbing it Operation Gotham Shield. Let me just read it. According to recently leaked U.S. Department of Energy (DOE) documents, a simulated nuclear attack exercise dubbed Operation Gotham Shield started yesterday and will be running through Wednesday. You couple this, well, let me just finish this. The exercise encompasses 9 states and federal agencies that seek to evaluate the ability to coordinate with New York City, New Jersey, and New York State to safeguard against domestic nuclear strikes. Well, they did a same drill like this on 9/11/2001, and it didn't help the city at all, did it? No. Major nuclear detonation drill in New York, New Jersey area, along with the U.S.-Canadian border. During this exercise, 4 nuclear devices, 2 of which are rendered safe during the U.S. Department of Defense Vital Archer exercise, rendered safe, and 1 successful 10 kiloton detonation in the New York City, New Jersey area, along with 1 smaller detonation on the U.S.-Canadian border are to take place. Okay. You got a better feeling, it says what we're actually talking about. If a 10 kiloton nuclear device were to be detonated in Manhattan Lincoln Tunnel, the estimated death toll of the immediate blast would be nearly 14,000 people, with another 72,000 more injured. Hello. And then, of course, people would die shortly thereafter and the days following because of the fallout, right? Even a 6 mile per hour wind would carry the fallout. That would just spread to who knows where. It's called the nuke map. Okay. Interestingly enough, the 10 kiloton device selected to be used in this exercise this week is to mimic the nuclear size of a portable suitcase nuke. Uh-oh. Then, I think, oh, well, that's just New York. Well, new news today, here's one, zerohedge.com. Washington, D.C. to hold massive coordinated terror attack drill tomorrow as well. So you have this Operation Gotham Shield going on right now till tomorrow. Then you have the missile being shot off California tomorrow. And now you're having, now it's come out, there's probably other drills as well. These are just the ones people are finding out about. There's another Washington, D.C. and the surrounding area drills going on. Washington, D.C. to hold massive coordinated terror attack drill tomorrow. As reported, Operation Gotham Shield is going on right now. Exercise involving FEMA, Homeland Security, and other law enforcement military agencies, which simulates a nuclear bomb blast over Manhattan. Then, people are learning. Well, yesterday, Trump called the Senate in to talk about North Korea, right? Yeah. And then it says, is also when the entire Senate will be briefed by Donald Trump, which is tomorrow. We learned that April 26th, tomorrow, is also when the entire Senate will be briefed by Trump and his 4 top defense and military officials on the situation of North Korea at the White House, which Reuters even dubbed as unusual. April 26th is also when the USS Carl Vinson is expected to finally arrive off the coast of the Korean Peninsula. So, timing. Now, in a statement from the Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments, the Regional Association reports that law enforcement officials and the other first responders will participate in a full-scale exercise tomorrow as well in the capital region, right? In the Washington, D.C. area. This is just brand new. This is stuff that hasn't been out the last several days. This is just hot off the press. Now, it's the locations include neighborhoods in the northeast and southeast quadrants of the District of Columbia, D.C., Prince George's County, Arlington, and Fairfax counties. The exercise will be conducted across a widespread area, 6 sites in D.C., also in Maryland and Northern Virginia. It will involve hundreds of police, fire, emergency medical services personnel. They're not giving too much information about this, yeah. Then on April 26th, tomorrow, we'll go one step further and stage a very realistic emergency event. Multiple sites and actors posing as the casualties. However, there's no reason for residents to be alarmed because the exercise will occur in a controlled environment. That's what they said on 9/11, yeah. This is the schedule to take place near or at George Mason University. Lasts from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. So I just think, that's kind of weird. This week, tomorrow, the Senate, very unusual. You put the pieces together, all right? Listen, I think that, like I was reading the other article, we need to, cooler heads need to prevail. I don't think we need to provoke any country into war. The U.S. needs to pull back their troops to the U.S. and stop policing the world for the Vatican. The U.S. has been on the payroll for the Vatican since 1871 with their presidents. The U.S. government has been on the payroll for the Vatican. It's time that the U.S. government stops fighting for the Vatican, the New World Order. And Trump needs to realize that he has it in his power not to go along with the New World Order agenda. But his generals and a lot of the people around him are still plugged into the matrix. They still think war is the answer. They're still working for the Vatican. Trump may be unplugged from the matrix. Trump may not be part of the secret societies. But a lot of the people, most, if not all the Democrats and Republicans and generals and people around Trump are still part of the matrix. That's the problem. But that's why you and I are here to pray that the Lord's will is done on earth as it is in heaven. The Our Father, Lord's Prayer, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. We need to get Jesus involved what's on the earth. Whatever we loose on earth is loosed from heaven, the Bible says. That's why we have to pray. Get born again, get spirit-filled, and start to pray. And ask the Lord to intervene, right? This is how it works. This is how the